The Wave Wade All City 13s, one of the most popular shoes at the moment and probably the most breathable shoes that I've ever tested. Two different colorways in front of me and they did provide different performances. So let's break them down and see why they're so good. So here in the uppers, as I said before, one of the most breathable shoes that I've ever tested. So keep in mind with the All City 13s, different colorways have different breathabilities. So the two that I got, the Interstellar and Snakeskin, the Snakeskin definitely has a lot more breathability and is by far the most breathable shoes that I've ever tested. Now, as you can see here in the light mapping, it's coming out of every possible place and probably the most comfortable uppers that I've tried in a really long time. Now, because I've got very sweaty feet, breathability was a big plus for me, but the Interstellar model also had a good amount of breathability, just not as much as this Snakeskin colorway. The other thing that this upper has that I've never seen on any other shoe is these lacing eyelets. Now, where the original lacing eyelets are, underneath it there's another row of lacing eyelets. So anyone that's got a high arch, anyone that's got midfoot pains, nerve impingements, things like that can really change this lacing configuration and really get a customized fit, especially in that midfoot section. So that's one thing this All City 13 shoe does really well. And I actually had to play around with different lacing structures and I found a very nice fit in the midfoot, and I think a lot more shoes should have this lacing configuration, this extra row of lacing eyelets. So good on you, Wave Wade, because that's something that I actually haven't seen before. Now moving on to the midsole, we've got a TPU unit that runs in the full length boom in the midsole and actually quite nice on both of them. Now I tried the original insoles that they come with and not the most comfortable, but once I popped my orthotics in, I actually had a really good run in both of these shoes. Both on an indoor and outdoor surface, you do get a good amount of impact protection, but the court feel is actually very nice on both of them. Just keep in mind, they do have different outer soles, and we'll talk about that in that section, but in terms of the impact protection, it was a little bit better on the Snakeskin. And we'll talk about the differences, but there is a little bit of differences with each colorway. So just keep that in mind when you are purchasing the All City 13s. Now moving on to the traction, we've got translucent rubber on the Interstellar model and a solid rubber on the Snakeskin model. Both are quite nice and durable, but I feel like the translucent rubber is a little bit more durable than the Snakeskin model. Now this solid rubber is probably pretty good, but probably more suited to indoor surfaces. The translucent can be used both on indoor and outdoor. Now I found the bite on the Snakeskin actually a little bit better than the Interstellar model, but they're both pretty good. You also got the exposed TPU plate in the midfoot and the boom foam that you can actually get a good feel for underneath. Now the other thing is the rear foot, you've got the GCU rubber, which actually wraps all the way to the rear foot counter, and you've got this lunar cave inspiration and a little quote that says "'cause it's hard," and a nice little inspirational quote on the side that says "from a step to a leap," that Wade likes to say every now and then. Now on the side we've got the lateral flange, and it's actually reinforced by this TPU plate. So whenever you're hitting quick side to side movements and you're hitting very sudden stops, that TPU plate actually contains the foot very nice. And on both models, they're actually both the same material. It's just the rubber itself feels a little bit more firm on the Interstellar model than it does on the Snakeskin model. So keep in mind, different colorways are going to have different setups and they're going to have different durabilities because of that rubber compound. Now for the fit, I went true to size on these. I actually enjoyed breaking these in because the materials weren't too stiff, but they do feel a little bit different with different colorways. Now because the Snakeskin was a little bit more breathable, there's a bit less material to break in. I did have a bit more of a break-in process with the Interstellars, so just keep that in mind. The colorways, the more solid the shoe is, the more break-in process there will be. But rear foot, we've got a good amount of cushioning on the back there. You get these little tabs that stop the heel from slipping out too much. It comes into contact to create a bit more friction with the socks. So that's quite nice, and the fact that you can change the lacing on these really gives you that customized fit to the foot. So I really enjoyed the fit of these, and actually when I popped my orthotics in them, the fit was even more better. So consider changing, if you use custom orthotics, consider changing the insoles to those orthotics, and you should really get a customized fit in these All City 13s. So the fit is probably one of the best things about these shoes, and props to Wave Wade for making such a customizable shoe. Overall, these were pretty fun to play in. I actually enjoy the customization of these shoes that you can make, especially here in the midfoot, in the lacing configurations, and being able to change the insoles out. Once I popped the custom orthotic in and changed the lacing around, they actually fit really well on my feet. Initially, I was a bit hesitant because the fit wasn't the best, but once you change it around a little bit, it was beautiful, right? Really good cushion setup, good traction. Just keep in mind, some colorways are suited to indoor, some are suited to outdoor. And the other thing to keep in mind is the breathability. So if you want more breathability, consider something like a snake skin colorway. If you want something that's a bit more contained, something like the Interstellar would go pretty well, but just keep in mind, different colorways have different performances. If you guys want to cop the All City 13s, I'll leave a link in the description below. And if you want to check out more videos like this, check this playlist up here and let me know what you guys want to see in the next videos down below in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next video.